Every time someone flushes the toilet, about 5 liters of sewage is generated. Similarly, whenever someone has a bath, brushes the teeth, operates a washing machine, or cleans vegetables, more and more wastewater is generated. This invariably leads to increasing the volume of sewage discharged into the drains. An average Indian generates between 80 to 150 liters of sewage every day. An average Indian household discharges between 250 to 500 liters of sewage into the system. Every metropolitan city of India generates between 300 to 700 million liters of sewage every day. Indian cities jointly account for a whopping 38,354 million liters of sewage daily. Multiply this figure by 365 and we have enough dirty water annually to virtually drown a medium-sized nation.
Almost all of this dirty water ends up with little or no treatment into canals, rivers, lakes and ponds, which also serve as sources of drinking water and irrigation water to large sections of the population. Much of this contaminated water also enters the earth, penetrating layers of soil, contaminating the precious groundwater reservoir.
Sewage treatment plants, wherever installed, have been fighting a losing battle in the war to recycle contaminated waters. As a result, most of the water we receive in our taps for domestic use do not conform to international health standards, being rich in bacteria, fecal coliforms and E. coli, not to mention the discoloration and foul smell.
If this continues, the problem will keep growing, and 50 years from now, we will have a nation of sick people suffering from chronic dysentery, diarrhea, enteric fever, hepatitis, and a plethora of other waterborne
Just now demonstrate
diseases.
how this can be used. We have collected here about 10 liters of water from a canal that flows through Girinagar in Ernakulam. The water is primarily sewage water, which is unfit for drinking, high in bacterial content and with lot of suspended impurities. Now to this, I am first adding Ecoclean 20. For 10 liters of sewage water, we require to take about 0.4 ml of Ecoclean 20. Now I am just going to add that to the water. Now having added Ecoclean 20 to the sewage water, we mix it thoroughly so that the chemical mixes fully with the water. Now I am taking a sample of this water, the treated water, and keeping it separately in a beaker for easier reference. Now we have to wait for about an hour for this chemical to react on the water. What happens is progressively all the impurities, both the suspended impurities as well as the soluble impurities, they tend to precipitate and form a sediment at the bottom. Once the sedimentation takes place, the sediment can be used as a very effective fertilizer. Ecoclean 20 is basically a flocculating reagent which, as I said, will sediment all the impurities. Once the sedimentation is over, which takes about an hour, we can add Ecoclean 50. Now I am adding Ecoclean 50. Ecoclean 50 is a bactericidal reagent which kills all the bacteria, including fecal coliforms, which are the main cause of dysentery, diarrhea, gastroenteritis. So all these are totally eliminated. Now this water, once it is filtered, is fit for drinking. I am drinking it to show how safe it is.
Yes, the Ecotech process for sewage water treatment is very effective in wastewater management and can convert the most contaminated waters into drinking grade. The question that remains is, how can this technology be used to treat sewage on a mass scale?
Wherever sewage treatment plants exist, Ecotech process can be seamlessly integrated into the system. Ecoclean 20 and Eco Set can be dosed into the collection tank or clarifier, causing precipitation of the sludge, which can be pumped out with a centrifugal sludge pump and used as a fertilizer. The clear water that separates and collects in the secondary treatment tank can be dosed with Ecoclean 50, which eliminates all the bacteria and coliforms. This water can now be passed through simple sand and carbon filters to give clear, odor-free, bacteria-free, drinking-grade water.
Even if there is a mental block to drinking this treated water, it can at least be used for gardening, agriculture, washing of vehicles and clothes, and for cleaning and flushing, thereby minimizing the utilization of fresh water. When let into water bodies like lakes, ponds and rivers, this treated water reduces the pollution load, making these waters relatively safe.
Even if this treated water is let out into the open canals and seeps into the bowels of Mother Earth, it regenerates the natural aquifers to add good, clean water to the fast depleting groundwater table.
Let's jointly work for a better tomorrow.